Welcome to Wildfrost, a roguelike deck-building card game. When you play a card, everyone's timers decrease, and one mistake can mean the end of your run. Join me as we play the Wildfrost Daily Challenge runs to compete for global ranking. On to the video. How's it going, everyone? Glad to be back here, playing some Wildfrost. This is a really great game that came out pretty recently, and I've really been enjoying it. So I wanted to bring it to the channel. These daily challenge runs are really interesting, so they have additional modifiers. Today's being that goblins double the money drop, but they run away faster, and then all companions and enemies have increased health. So that does help us. Our Foxy is healthier, our Munch is healthier, but the enemies will also be healthier. So the starting deck today is pretty interesting. Just standard tar blades with no charms, so these just do damage depending on how many you have in your hand. Junk, which does nothing, unfortunately. Demon Heart basically adds an effect where you'll get hit for double damage once, but you get healed, so it's kind of a cost-reward benefit there. Sunburst 2/2 helps us to move faster. Berry Bell helps us to keep our team healthy, and then June is a summoned unit that can do some damage and can also potentially be eaten by Munch to make him stronger. And then Overburn is very interesting. So essentially, if the Overburn on an enemy is equal to or greater than their remaining health, then they will blow up and do that much damage to all enemies in the row. This countdown timer of 7 is pretty challenging, though. So you do only get one attempt on these, and your score is dependent on how quickly you complete the run, how many battles you get through, and how much money you earn throughout the run. Basically, we're going to try to play fast, but we want to complete the run and beat the final boss. As that is the only way that your time actually gets accounted for in your score. And at the end, we'll get a global rank. So let's do it. Alright. Okay, so we got this fight for the first fight, which is pretty interesting. It's not the best fight to have gotten in terms of combo purposes, but that is okay. So let's actually do it like this. This way Munch will actually eat the June and do some more damage for us. And then with a 1 redraw bell, so this basically is how long it takes for your redraw to become free. Definitely important for us to keep that in mind. When you're at a 1 redraw, it's basically just always worthwhile to actually do the redraw. Munch can actually eat your leader and you can lose like that, so we're gonna do our best to avoid that happening. Let's have Munch actually hit up here, and then we're going to 2/2 Foxy so we can hit Goblin 3 times and get 24 gold for that, which is really crucial for us. This turn we're actually, yeah, we'll actually stall a turn. We could have gotten the kill there, but we'll actually let Foxy get this kill so we can get our hero closer to their timer going down. That'll help with potential combos as well as just general. It's nice to have our guy attack. So let's actually take out this Snowbow. I'm not really worried about the Snow Knight. Honestly, I think getting a combo here is probably more difficult than it's worth. So let's just play the game, get the kills. When we kill the Snow Knight, the round will be over. Hopefully we draw enough of these to actually get the kill this turn and play faster. So now we'll actually get presented with some options of where we want to go. So we can get free items at the cost of junk. We can get a free item with no junk. A charm basically is a modifier for your for the people on your team. And I'm actually going to go the treasure route here. See if we can get like a fallow or something useful like that. Azul's Skull is really good. So basically we'll kill a unit and apply overburn to the enemy, which will definitely be useful. And we can actually... I think Tusk is pretty great in general. Dreg is also very enticing. Let's take the egg just because we took Azul's Skull. And then these are all pretty interesting as well. I think we'll take Bomb Bomb. And I think currently we're going to dump Monch. Because we want to try to play fast, and we don't have a lot of stuff for Monch to eat, so it probably makes sense to just have him do his thing. Alright, so we'll put the Junjun out here so he can take this hit. That was a slight misplay. We should have played it in a different order. Bomb Bomb is going to get frozen by this, but it's worth it just to kill that guy. And now Foxy is actually going to... we'll let our hero take 3, and we'll just start to do some damage to the Snow Gobbler here. In good news, we could 2-2 if we feel that becomes necessary on our hero. But let's actually 2-2 Foxy so that when we apply this, we'll get them to blow up and then act like they don't know anyone. We'll heal our whole team just for 1. That's definitely not the strongest item in the game, but that's just the way it is. We're gonna hit the Gobbling once just to get the gold as he runs away. And now in an ideal world, we draw... in an ideal world, we would have drawn 2 of those, but that's okay. Our egg will actually die here, which I think is pretty good for us. So we'll take the damage and then we'll kill, and we can actually... This is kind of frustrating in terms of our draw, so I'm just going to redraw in hopes of getting at least a couple of these, so we can basically go for some combo play here, blow them up. Getting Drag out is phenomenal, and when one of like these types of units die, you don't actually they don't get injured just due to them being summoned, so that was actually really great for us there too. We're actually going to pull Bomb Bomb back so we can get Junjun out there to take this damage, with the intent of having Dreg actually get this kill. So since it's over, we're not going to redraw, that'll waste time, so we can just actually get the kill and play from there. So we were able to get the combo in the bottom row here, which does give additional gold. We have 100 gold, which is relevant because purchasing a crown from the shop costs 80, and I think we actually are probably going to go... I think we probably are going to go to the shop and get a crown, because this also gives us a chance to get another companion, and doubling the target's overburn is pretty great right now. I think we're probably just going to hold that in reserve for just a minute, and we will duplicate our Azul Skull, just because that's a really great card. Hopefully we get something that allows us to spawn more units. Bebop is pretty great. This is basically just a blocker that'll apply Overburn. I think that could potentially have more value. Could potentially have more value than a crown in this situation. So we're actually going to go with Bebop, which is a little risky. Crowns essentially allow you to play cards in the opening phase of the game when there is like when we're playing our leader onto the board, you can play any crown cards as well. Okay, so it's the Bamboozle fight today, which is pretty interesting. We'll get you out here, and then we'll actually let Vesta take the hit, and then Bomb Bomb will come up on the top row. We don't really have much great to do this turn, so let's actually just reroll. Bamboozle is going to hit everyone, which is pretty annoying. But we can get the egg out here, and then I would like to kill their enemies attack first, so that's just something to keep in mind here. I think we need to go after the Winter Worm, and we will let Bebop get hit to pressure that, and now ultimately this June is just gonna have to die. Hopefully our egg gets hit, and it did, so that will allow us here to basically play it like this, so that we get drag out here, guaranteed. And now Vesta is actually about to double onto Bamboozle, which will hit everyone. So that's really, really good. And let's actually get Dreg ready for an attack in this next turn. We're actually going to get a 5-hit KO, because this is going to hit everyone. I guess it only counts as a 4, because Bamboozle doesn't die. Shocker, you get bamboozled by Bamboozle. So we'll actually kill Boozle, which is great, so we can start to put some pressure down on Bam. With Bomb Bomb, who is a pretty spectacular unit, we don't really have anything useful in hand, so let's redraw. Alright, we are going to do this, and then unfortunately Vesta isn't going to do much, but fortunately, we're able to get that to happen. Let's just hit Vesta here, and then hopefully we're able to draw anything. So fortunately, we didn't draw our thing, but we are able to apply for Overburn and blow up Bam. So our deck is it's okay. It's kind of slow right now. I think that's kind of the purpose of them giving us a 7 timer boss. We're going to take another Bebop, because that's just a really great way for us to 1, protect our units, and 2, start to stack Overburn with Vesta. Chikichi is great, so when Chikichi dies, it spawns progressively stronger units. So this is actually really phenomenal for us if we're able to get, particularly if we're able to get Monch out there at the same time. I think I'm okay with going with these 3 for now. We do have the Azul skulls as well, so we're able to put a lot of pressure. Okay, doubling the target's Overburn is great. Killing an ally and giving their attack to all allies is incredible with Chikichi. And we're actually going to buy a crown with our leftover money. Put that on Bomb Bomb, just because that gives us early offensive pressure. Alright, so these guys' shtick is that they basically try to hit you with Demonize, which again basically just doubles the damage that you take from attacks. So they try to hit you with that, so that they can hit you multiple times and do a lot of damage. We're going to let Bomb Bomb actually take all of these hits. Our starting draw was not incredible. We need to be careful to not let our leader actually get hit by all that. And then let's actually just hit this Gawk for some damage, and he'll actually get blown up there. Alright. So Bomb Bomb is in territory to take some damage, but not to die. So I think we'll actually let Bomb Bomb take that hit, and then we can pull them back. Unfortunately, our draws have really not been great here, but that's okay. We just need to continue to play intelligently. We'll re-roll. Alright, so we did finally draw Chikichi, which is great. We want Vesta to double that, so a bunch of damage happens there. And then we'll actually get Chikichi out here, because they take this damage, and that's really fine for us. As we're actually able to use the Azul Skull here on Chikichi. Put some pressure on there. And then someone is going to have to take a hit. I'd really rather Chikani not die here. So I think Vesta is going to have to take this hit down here, and that's okay. We'll actually let Junjun take the hit up here. This also is going to give us some opportunity to stack some of this overburn and get some useful damage. So ultimately here, Chikani attacking is pretty solid, so let's actually let that happen here. That way Gok will blow up, do some damage to some folks. And that's really fine and dandy. Doubling that down there is also pretty great for us. We can get a Bebop out to essentially take this hit. Alright, so we want Bebop to take that hit for sure. And then we can actually have Chikani die here to apply that. Next turn, we can actually get a double kill here. So that's pretty phenomenal. Chikasan lives this, which is just great. And then it's actually going to do 6, which will kill there. So with 1 left on our timer, we may as well do that. Small thing of note, anytime a unit like this, which is called summoned, attacks, they actually lose an HP. Okay, and then we actually get to do 22 overburn. So we're in a pretty good situation here. I think Chikasani is really useful. Bomb Bomb early was also useful, just to help us not to kind of get overwhelmed. A lot of these are good. I think we take Totem of the Goat. Demonizing is really nice, just so that we can do double damage. I don't want to fill my deck with more treasure, so that's why I'm going to take this path. Also, we don't have any charms currently, so this seems relevant. More HP. We'll actually put that on our leader, because in general, depending on the timers, we'll want our leader in front of Vesta so we can apply the overburn and then double it. Okay, and then Shen definitely makes sense from a synergistic perspective, but I don't think makes sense on our team currently. This is probably the hardest fight in the game, so Woolly Drek is really challenging to deal with. He'll actually, he actually basically eats one of the other units, and gives them stats. So that's really difficult to deal with. And then let's get a Junjun out here. Because Junjun actually is in pretty good shape. This is a tough turn. I think we want Junjun to... No, I think we need to stack on top of Woolly Drek. So I'm willing to take the 2 damage on our leader. And then we also really hope that the Bigfoot hit the Bebop, which it did not. So that's pretty unfortunate. I think because of this, I think I'm okay with letting Bomb Bomb die here, and then probably next round we'll let something else happen. This also tells us who gets eaten. Okay, so now this guy is aimless, which is pretty bad, honestly. But we will be able to get some pretty big action going on. Yeah, this is really difficult. We're gonna get our Chickasaw leveled up even more, so you can take these hits, and then doubling this is pretty nice. But ultimately, I think we're still in a little bit of trouble here. Okay. Okay, so this guy's aimless, so that basically means he'll aim randomly. So we could do it like this. We really don't want Chickasaw to die, but we might just have to take that chance. And we will Bebop down here. Hopefully the Bigfoot hits the Bebop, and then the one up top just hits anyone. Okay, so he did hit the Bebop, which is very, very useful. Okay, so now he's about to do 11 and then 2, but fortunately we do have Bebop to take the hit for 11. Okay. When Vesta attacks, that's going to be really, really crucial. Speaking of which, Vesta is about to take 2 here, but that's okay. We can actually kill our Chickasaw hopefully one final time. Okay, so we'll be able to kill this whole row, which is obviously really, really big. And then let's actually put down Totem of the Goat to start pressuring the enemies. Okay, so we can actually do, let's move it like this just in case our mental math isn't right, but this should be enough, and it is, and that's huge. So this is Barrage, which means it'll hit the row, but fortunately for us, we're in a pretty good position, so we can actually put down Jun. He's going to do 20 because they're demonized because of Totem of the Goat. We get out of what I believe to be the hardest fight in the game relatively unscathed. Obviously Bomb Bomb took a hit there, so I think we can actually probably sack Bomb Bomb, and let's get Dreg back into the mix. That gives us more blocking and then something fairly useful to do. We're going to remove the junk from our deck, which is what this event does. You can remove 2 items. We'll actually have enough to buy the Battle Axe, even if we buy the crown, so I'd like to do that. We have the crown on Bomb Bomb, so let's take that off. Let's get it on Chikichi and on Vesta, and then let's buy the Battle Axe, and we're going to keep moving on. Okay, so this unit splits when they lose 10 HP. Okay, getting a Bebop out there isn't terrible. And we can probably Battle Axe here. And then Chikichi we'll let have one more attack. Okay, so taking 4 damage is kind of annoying, but I think it's just the way it has to be. And we can actually just kill the Chikichi now to make him just a little bit stronger. Alright, and then he's going to do 2 damage, so we'll let Chikichi take that. And we'll get the egg out. Alright, so we definitely want to punish this bottom row. Doing 8 damage here is great, so we're actually just going to let that happen. We'll get a Junjun out. Okay, so barraging. We'll give everyone 4 attack with this item. So now we have an even stronger Chikichi, which is great. We really would rather not get poisoned, so we'll blow them up, because even though they split, that just makes our egg even closer to the promised land, which is great. Right, and then let's actually Azul Skull the Junjun, so we can continue to get some pressure there, and then let's just blow up. Okay. We probably want to get this Bebop down here. They are going to attack 3 times up top, so that's a little frustrating. But we want Bebop down there, Egg up there, and then probably Vesta up there, and we'll actually heal down here, so Chickasan will actually live when they get the attack off. Okay, and then this seems pretty strong. Okay, and then we really just need our axe to blow them up. And we did alright there. I actually am going to take redraw. So what these effects do, they basically just give you permanent help. So we've taken one that gives us 1 more card in our hand, and then one that makes us redraw cards faster. Ooh, barrage and reduce attack by 2. Unfortunately, we cannot put that on Vesta because they don't have 2 attack. But I think we're gonna roll with the same crew. Okay. Alright. We've got an egg. Now what's challenging about this fight for us is that generally you want to freeze these guys. So smackback is essentially when they die, they hit the unit that hit, or when they get hit, they hit the unit that hit them. So the challenge here is that we really don't actually want to hit these guys too much. So we're gonna have to find a way to manage that. Okay, so we could do it like this for this turn. Let us Azul Battle Axe. Okay, so we're actually gonna get hit 4 times here for 5. which is really challenging for us to deal with at this stage. So it might be Vesta has to go, or Vesta can June, I think. We're definitely not in a good situation. This is probably the end of our run. Yeah, I'm not sure how. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we actually make it out of this. Well, this might be enough to keep us in it for now. No, I think we're one off. I think the math is one off. Yeah. Alright. Well, we were not quite able to make it past this fight. So here are our stats for today. So we did pretty decently, honestly. We probably took a couple bad paths, because we didn't end up with anything really to handle that fight, in terms of freezing or things like that. So ultimately, we finished 132 for the day. If you guys enjoyed this, please leave a like and a comment. I definitely appreciate it. And I hope you all have a good one. See you next time. Peace.